First off, I just wanted to welcome everyone. My name is Dave Eisenberg. I'm a certified lease and finance professional with Great America Financial. I'm the channel training coordinator. I'm joined by George Pasadakis. He's a director of sales and marketing with Apex Technology Management.
Good morning, everyone.
Just a little housekeeping before we get started. We encourage you to ask questions. So if you have a question during that, there's a question box in the GoToWebinar portal that you can enter in, and we'll address after the webinar. The last bit of housekeeping is that I am not a CPA. Please review any of your plans with your tax professionals. But however, I don't have to be a CPA to let you know about advantages and what's in your best interest. With that said, if you're still on the fence about buying equipment, now is the time to strike, because you can kill two birds with one stone by acquiring the technology that your business so badly needs and reduce your taxable income. And how can you do it? Through the Section 179 of the IRS tax code allows businesses to deduct the full amount of the purchase price, currently up to $25,000, of qualifying equipment and software purchased or financed during the tax year. That means if you lease a piece of qualifying equipment, you can deduct the full purchase price up to $25,000 from your taxable income. It is an economic incentive created by the U.S. government to encourage businesses to buy equipment and invest in themselves. It is an economic stimulus. We all know if you reduce your taxable income, you have less to tax. If you have less to tax, you pay less taxes. Using the Section 179 with a dollar buyout lease might be the most profitable decision you make this year. Why? Because the amount you deduct will almost always exceed your cash outlay for the year when you combine a properly structured equipment lease with a full Section 179 deduction. It is a bottom line enhancing tool, plus you get the technology that your business needs to have a competitive advantage. Right now, we have limited time special pricing on a 36-month dollar buyout purchase option, which is Section 179 lease friendly. Zero down, the rate factor is 0.03087, and there's no payments until 2016. Now, this is a limited time until the end of the year pricing for you. Now, the obvious advantage to financing equipment and or software and then taking the Section 179 deduction is the fact that you can deduct the full amount of the equipment and or software without paying the full amount of payments this year. The amount you save in taxes can actually exceed the payments, making this a very bottom line friendly deduction. Yes, you are hearing this correctly. In many cases, the deduction will actually be profit. When your business buys certain items of equipment, it typically gets to write them off in a little at a time through your depreciation. In other words, if you bought a $25,000 machine, you get to write it off $5,000 a year for the next 5 years. Now, while that's true, it is a benefit that you get to write it off at all, and it's better than nothing. Most business owners want to write that off in the year that they acquire the equipment. In fact, if a business could get a write-off on the entire amount, they might add more equipment this year instead of waiting another few years to get that equipment. That's the whole purpose behind the Section 179, is to motivate the American economy and your business to move in a positive direction. For most small businesses, the entire cost can be written off on the 2015 tax return, up to $25,000. Now, over the past few years, that has been increased from $25,000 up to sometimes $500,000 worth of equipment. Now, they haven't made a decision this year, and Senator Chuck Grassley is on the Senate Finance Committee. He is also from Iowa. He's been in Great America's offices several times, and even though we haven't consulted with him on this recently, we did talk to our tax guy, my CFO did, and he indicated most likely if they do an increase of the $25,000 on the Section 179, it'll be in January, and it'll be retro for calendar year 2015. So there's not a behavior changer on that, but a lot of equipment can fall under that $25,000. And most tangible goods, including off-the-shelf software and hardware, qualify for the Section 179 deduction. Also, to qualify for the Section 179 deduction, the equipment and or software purchased or financed must be placed into service and in use before December 31st, 2015. Now let's take a look at an example. If you finance $25,000 and you multiply it by the rate factor with that limited time pricing, your payment would come out to 36 payments of $771.75. The 1 year Section 179 deduction would be $25,000. The year one total payments is $9,261. You would actually net $15,739. Now, yes, you would pay two more years of payments of $771.75, but in regards to reducing your taxable income by $15,739, in addition to the money that is going out the door, can be significant. And we all know that if you reduce your taxable income, you have less to tax and you pay less taxes. And this is a very simple, non-complex formula that I encourage you to get with your tax professional and make a decision on the equipment you want to acquire. Now, with that said, I'm going to turn it over to George Pasadakis.
Great, thanks for that information, Dave. Gives us some good ideas of some possibilities there. One thing I do want to add is during the period that the limit has been set at $25,000, software, to my knowledge, is not something that qualifies for the Section 179 deduction. But as Dave said, over the last few years, the Senate has approved boosting that cap quite a bit, and they do add back in the ability to qualify off-the-shelf software. So it would need to be software that's not customized, not custom developed, but off-the-shelf software like Microsoft Office, server operating systems, those types of things. So anyway, a little bit about Apex. You can see our tagline there, transforming organizations and lives through innovative technology solutions. We've been in business 24 years. We're looking forward to 2016 and having a big 25th anniversary party, so that's coming real quick. We have about 25 employees, over 275 years of combined IT experience across all sections of businesses and industries. We provide both remote and on-site IT support with 24/7 response. In many cases, for small and medium businesses, we are their IT department. We do the day-to-day IT support with our help desk. We do the projects. We do break fix whenever something happens. We'll jump in there and take care of it. We provide new equipment, new project work. In other cases, on larger businesses that have an existing IT staff, we work very well with that staff and augment their capabilities with some of the specializations that our team has. Many cases, they're really busy. The on-site IT staff is busy with the day-to-day support, and they can use some help with project work, virtualization, backup and disaster recovery. In other cases, they would like us to do that tier 1 IT support and let them focus on project work. So we're flexible. We work all those different ways with our current clients, and we do have clients throughout California and several other states. As I mentioned, our team of about 25 employees, we hold 75 plus IT certifications. Some of those you can see there, 41 from Microsoft, 8 from Cisco, Citrix and VMware, which is virtualization technology, CompTIA, another industry standard certifying organization. So our team, we really are proud that they have all of these certifications. We encourage them to continue to raise the bar and get new certifications, and all of this lets us serve our clients' needs very effectively. Next slide, Dave. Okay, as I mentioned, we can provide tier 1 help desk services. So you can see a picture there of our building in Reading, and we do have a fully staffed, full-time IT network operations center and help desk. That means they are here to answer your call or your staff's calls whenever they need it. And if we're out doing projects or we have 1 or 2 client emergencies, we still have the full help desk here. Some of our competitors that are smaller, that will stretch them to the point where they are not able to keep projects that are underway going, handle any emergencies that come up, and then be there for your staff when they call with the help desk. So that's one of the big advantages for Apex. Okay, next slide, Dave. Okay, so I wanted to to throw out some examples of eligible equipment for this Section 179 deduction. Again, the cap is right now at $25,000, but we expect that to be boosted up quite a bit, potentially up to $250,000 or $500,000 for 2015. It would happen early 2016 to be retroactive. The types of things that would be typical that we could provide would be new routers and switches. If you have a router that's more than a couple of years old, you're very aware of all the different attacks and vulnerabilities and viruses and spyware that have been coming out. The new equipment that you could take advantage of for Section 179 has much increased capability from a security standpoint. They've really been focusing on some very specific enhancements to address many of the vulnerabilities that have been discovered. So it may be a good time to look at getting a new router and firewall in there and closing the security holes. One of the services Apex can provide outside of Section 179 is a technical analysis and an external vulnerability scan. So we could actually take a look very quickly at what you have and how secure it is, or if there are any known exploits that are affecting your business, and then put a product in leveraging Section 179 to tighten that up for you. Switching, a lot of higher speed switching has come about, and you may not be taking advantage of that now. You could be on a 100 megabit network when you can go to a gigabit or 10 gigabits. So depending on your business needs, there's a lot of upgrade potential there. Wireless access points. The wireless technologies have been evolving over the last few years to the point that you need some new equipment to support all of your laptops and mobile devices. As you know, more and more people are bringing in cell phones, tablets, those types of things, connected watches onto the network, and you may be looking at needing to increase your wireless bandwidth. Servers, lots of advancements have come about from server technology over the last few years. If you have a server that's more than 4 or 5 years old, we highly encourage you to replace that with new equipment to avoid downtime and failures, and at the same time take advantage of the advances in the server operating systems and hardware that are going to provide your business much more performance, reliability, scalability, and security. Printers, lots of changes on the printing technology as well, with better color printing, lower cost per page, better connectivity, printing from iPads and other tablets directly, and that's something that we can take advantage of and provide new capabilities there. Backup and disaster recovery. This is very important that you take a look at that from your business. What are you doing for backup? Are you prepared for a potential disaster? How are you going to ensure that your users don't have significant downtime, or in the event of a disaster, how are you going to operate in an emergency mode and have access to your critical business information? So lots of new developments from that standpoint have taken place. That may be something we put in a new backup appliance and help you with a business continuity plan to provide that protection to your business. Workstations and monitors, the advancements in the new processor chips, motherboards, and graphics capabilities. If you've got hardware more than 3 or 4 years old, you could see a significant productivity bump. You may want to look at that. Laptops and Ultrabooks, these are advancing very quickly. Lots of powerful laptops with touch screens, Windows 10, Ultrabooks, very light and powerful. If you have older laptops that may have been around for a while, maybe a good time to look at some of those as well. Scanners, sheet-fed, flatbed scanners, battery backups, if those are more than 3 or 4 years old, chances are they're not going to provide the runtime that you're expecting in the event of a power failure, and you could be putting your data at risk with data loss if the server were to go down unexpectedly. Storage, lots of changes recently in the storage technology, SANs or storage area networks, RAID levels, that type of thing. This goes hand in hand with potentially your servers and your backup and disaster recovery plan. So these are things that can be looked at and provided to support your particular business needs. So lots of different things. If you're looking for taking that Section 179 deduction, we'd love to talk to you about what may make sense for your business. And that's really what we have today. We're definitely here to take questions. If anybody has any, you can go ahead and type them into the box. And if you have specific questions that you'd like to address with either Dave or I directly, you can see both our website and phone number links. And give us a call, send us an email. We'll be happy to talk to you.